This is game 2 of Northwestern versus Depaul. Depaul is on blue side this time, and Northwestern is on red side. So some things that are icy that I do like from the Northwestern side is the Fiora against the Scion. I think that's a very, very, very good matchup that I always really like to see. You don't see too many Fioras or people playing Fiora in general these days, just because she's not as prevalent as some of the tanks or some of the extreme lane bullies like Urgot, Aatrox, Victor. So I really do like seeing this. She is positioning herself in this bush, which I'm not a big fan of. I think she should stay either in try or she should be somewhere around here or at the red buff. Galio is also positioning, looking for any sort of invades, taunting,
I've been
but
killing your kind for
does
centuries.
find Lysandra.
Surrender. My triumph is inevitable.
Graves looking at the river bush. Alistar positioned a little aggressively towards try. Will have to make his way up for the leash. Kaisa press the attack again. I'm not a fan of that. I like Fleet better, but whatever suits her. Now, this mid lane matchup is actually very, very interesting. Both are very passive laners with great wave clear. So this is going to be very, very jungle dependent right here. Unless, yeah, Lysandra somehow goes in with her E and does stun Galio, which shouldn't happen because of his taunt. But Lysandra does have the training power because she does have better ranged abilities. Lysandra is now pushing in the mid wave. Galio went blue. Gromp. Jarvan is at... He did go red Scuttle. He did not do the Krug camp. Now Graves running right to the Scuttle. He will be caught by the ward. Fiora does get knocked up by the Scion Q, which should not have happened. Should have probably just dashed out. Should have been close enough to not take all that damage. And that is first blood from... Oh boy, first blood goes to the blue side. Graves was positioned too aggressively. Jarvan goes for the gank right away towards top. He does have EQ. Fiora does flash. Parries. They're going in all the way. And Scion does flashes autos. So right now, red side is in a very, very, very bad spot. If you couldn't tell that. And Lysandra did get the blue buff, which makes this 10 times worse, especially early. So she'll be able to extend a lot of pressure. And this Jarvan should be able to pretty much go free anywhere at this point. Fiora is still positioning too aggressively at this point. If she's going to do that, she should be hovering towards the wall up here. So that way she has a little bit more time. She also didn't have her flash up. So she was pretty much dead if he even came close to here. Bot lane is getting pushed in by the Zillion Scion. Scion, fucking hell. Zillion. I'm having a stroke. What the hell? Kaisa. Thank you. Kaisa does get hit. Alistar does engage. Peel some of the damage off from the Kaisa. But Kaisa is getting the push on Caitlyn somehow. I have no idea how this is happening. This is not good. Graves finally clearing his camp. Jarvan heading towards the chickens. He could go look for a gank mid. Galio really doesn't want to recall here because the wave is split here and he knows he will lose CS and the wave will be in a terrible position if he does recall right there. So I'm glad he canceled the recall. He is waiting for the wave to get to the tower so that way he has an easier time clearing it. And so that way Lissandra backs up. Lissandra does have 6 in Cyan. Galio is a little behind on farm in XP. Galio has just hit 6, so now he has a lot more roaming potential. So Lissandra needs to keep that in check constantly, or this lead can be turned very, very easily. Fiora knows Jarvan is near bot. Jarvan is going to go try and get some vision on the red side jungle. So he should see this. He should know they are down bot. He does get caught by a ward. They're looking to do Drake right now. Kaisa Zillion posturing a little aggressively. Alistar does get the engage. Zillion should die here. Alistar does catch the Kaisa out, but Alistar is going to die. Lissandra is going to catch the Caitlyn out. And this team fight just went completely south. Now blue side is going to get Infernal Drink off of this. And I really don't have much to say other than everything is going wrong for red side. The jungler just got way too out of control. Lissandra just got way too out of control too. Wait, what? Hold up, go back to that. What did they say? I have a feeling major tilt is happening. And this game is going to be another extremely hard game to come back from. Graves going for the recall. Hasn't hit 6 yet. Jarvan is going to be almost full. Well, he is a full, almost 1.5 levels ahead of this Graves. Caitlyn does flash, but Alistar does get caught out. They do not have 6 yet, so Alistar does not have his ulti. He could have maybe survived that if he did have his ulti, if he ulted quick. But, oh man. They lost to Kaisa Zillion. Kaisa Zillion. They were getting pushed in from the beginning. Now Graves is actually just inting. Oh my god, my eyeballs. Yeah, now, that was a very, very strange Galio ulti. That was first very late. And you probably don't wanna like ulti there anyways, because the Graves is gonna get caught out. Sion does trade with the Fiora. That still shouldn't happen. So I'm a little confused by that. Fiora will have TP up in time. but she is going to walk to lane, which is probably better. She needs to be able to, I guess, TP down bot if she can to hopefully get somewhat of a, not even lead, so somewhat catch up to the Kaisa, who is very ahead. Man, this is an absolutely terrible, terrible situation for Northwestern. I mean, I can't see them coming back from this. This is really bad. My mans. Please. Go play support. Get a coach. Do something, man. Oh my god. Oh. And he just, he's not even positioning towards going top. He lands the W too short, and he is going to get engaged on. Ugh. Fiora does TP down, but Jarvan does kill, and Fiora does cancel the TP. Wait. Oh, it was the Galio TP. Galio does cancel the TP. I did not see that. I'm blind. Caitlyn does get killed by the 3 bot, the tower dive. And it's looking the same for Alistar too. Alistar does not trade because of Lissandra ulti. That was a very good dive from Lissandra. There is not much that can be done to get this game back. No one even comes close to having a lead here. This game is just looking like a loss. They have to get a magical Baron play here and scale from there. This bot lane definitely should not have lost this lane. From right off, they were getting pushed in, which I don't understand. Then this Graves just inted. And so is this, and this Fiora is losing to Sion, which shouldn't be happening. Fiora does destroy tanks, and she isn't using her Q to get around Sion's stun, so she just keeps getting poked out until she just gets all in. I mean, this just is looking like some bad play. Kaisa does kill the Caitlyn. Galio going in. Kaisa does have the Zillion ulti. Jarvan going in with the EQ combo. Graves running away with Alistar. Blue side is positioning towards Drake now. Does get a ward in the entrance of the blue side jungle. Lissandra does get mid turret. They do get the Drake. I mean, man, this is just an FF at this point. Fiora is AFK. The 3 in bot lane are trying to get this bot turret as fast as they possibly can before they arrive, but they just didn't focus it enough. But they should get it right here off of this wave. Lissandra is going to go in on the Caitlyn. No ulti from Kaisa just yet, but Kaisa does get the Q off. And they also catch out the Alistar. Galio gets the taunt off. but it doesn't really do much. Jarvan coming towards bot turret. There is no wave bots, but Jarvan is going to go under tower for, I guess, free damage. I don't know. Galio is trying to clear the way best possibly can, but there's just nothing he can do right here. Sion soloing Rift. And they just get engaged on right away. This game should be over at this point. They should get the inhib turret and the inhib off of this. Sion does kill the Fiora. And now blue side is going to reset and look for the next team fight. Lissandra trying to push in this wave. Jarvan recalling in red side's jungle. Sion recalling with Rift. Zillion has purchased a redemption before finishing his Eye of Frost, or support item. Chicken reset. Graves took red when it should probably been given to Caitlyn at this point because she needs as much damage and health as she possibly can get. Jarvan positioning towards the Caitlyn. Ugh. Mid wave is getting pushed in. It is not a very big wave, but here comes the next one. Trying to get as much turret damage as they possibly can. Zillion throwing bombs, trying to get a stun off of somebody. And at this point, this Alistar isn't tanky at all, so once he engages, he dies. He can't really do much about it. They really don't have a specific tank to even soak up all this damage until later. He doesn't even have his support quest done. And he built Kindle Gem. Oh boy. There's some problems here. They do get the tier 2 turret. Jarvan does get the Caitlyn. Kai'Sa ultis onto the Graves. Galio goes in for the TP. Galio goes in for the stun taunt. Redemption does go down. And Zillion ulti down on Kai'Sa. She does get the stun. And there's no words really about this game. I mean, it was a complete stomp. So, some things that happened. Top lane lost that matchup. Very, very, I don't know how Fiora should have been winning that matchup. Graves completely just got overtaken in the jungle. He had no chance there. Then Lissandra, when Jarvan were able to get level 1 off the Galio due to the position. And bot lane was just right off the bat getting pushed in by a Kai'Sa Zillion lane, which should not have happened. This Caitlyn should be pushing, pushing, pushing when she just pretty much gave them a free lane. So there are a lot of things that should have went right that went completely wrong. I don't know if they're not skilled enough or they just don't have the practice on the champions or play in the champions to do much. But this game was a mess from the Northwestern side. Looked like a very, very easy victory for DePaul. That was
It
game two
wasn't.
and final game of Northwestern versus DePaul.